I've been meaning to do this one for a few weeks now, but kind of glad I waited because, well, there's been no news. This is the story of, I'll just read you the headline. Truro reeling as recovery effort for missing boy resumes. So a boy went missing on the 6th of May this year, 2020. Um, and he went missing in a, as they describe in the article, and we'll go through it, a very unusual fashion. So it caught my eye because I have read a lot of Missing 411, and the brain does that thing where you recognize patterns, and I see a pattern, and we'll go through the things I've listed out that play a role that link with what the author David Paulides found is happening in very unusual cases. So my condolences. Like, this is horrible. I hope that they find what happened to him. Let's read the article for a bit more context. So it's looking a little bit bleaker each day, says the mayor. This was 2 days after it happened. People in Truro, Nova Scotia, are bracing for the prospect of more tragedy. Crews were back out Friday with a helicopter searching the Salmon River for 3-year-old Dylan Eller, who had been missing since Wednesday. Comes only weeks after after the area was part of a mass shooting that left 22 victims dead. The parentheses, this is the worst Canadian shooting massacre in history. And it's part of why this story struck me. I was like, wow, in Nova Scotia of all places, now, what a horrible happenstance. The Truro Police Service said teams including Colchester Ground Search and Rescue have been in the area since 8:30 a.m. looking for the boy. Truro Police Chief Dave McNeil told the media on Friday that the search had been concluded around the original site and has moved further down the Salmon River towards the mouth of Copiquik Bay. I've got a map here open, so let me just... That is water, right? It looks brown. So I think that's the bay they're talking about. Just want to get confirmation on that. Yeah, Copiquik Bay. So basically, oh god, where's my street? There it is. This is the area where he went missing, and we'll keep reading. But the chief says that he went missing while he was playing outside, in front of the house. But he then 2 times previously before that, they said he was playing it was at his grandmother's house in the backyard, and she turned around and did something with. It appears the grandmother turned away from Dylan to handle her dog, and when she turned around, the boy was gone. So he went missing early Wednesday afternoon, and a search began at about 1:20 p.m. So he went missing early afternoon. That's one of the signs of the cases in the Missing 411 books. There's like 8 of them now, and it involves this. It also involves dogs. They always appear in the stories. They're involved somehow. They disappear with the person. They disappear without the person. They come back. They don't come back. They're there. Very often, and he was there. He wasn't taken, but he did some. Maybe he got spooked. Something happened, and the grandmother turned away to look at him. I don't know, but it's creepy. So search for Dylan turned to a recovery operation on Thursday after police and searchers could find no clues or information about his whereabouts. The boy was last seen on Wednesday near his grandmother's house in the town. And again, this is like, it's right in the middle of a big town. Now, yeah, there's this space and there's this body of water, but like, what could have happened? What could have taken him? Like, he was right there, right here in the backyard, and they were searching this creek right here. But if you look at this creek, look at what it is. You can't see anything. It would be really hard to go through there, though you could. But carrying something like a boy, you'd have to gag him. Like, I guess you could, but it doesn't seem likely. Whoa. Anyway. So this was the first the first report. Grandmother turned away, and the police were on the scene 4 minutes after being called. He said officers quickly canvassed the neighborhood and brought in the canine unit. Another thing, canine units don't work. Bloodhound canines can't track scents. It always happens in these cases. They either reach a point, sometimes water, and they stop, or they just pick up the scent and sit down after a few steps. Nobody knows why. It just happens a lot, though. Let's see. Yeah. Thursday evening, search turned to Leper Brook, a stream close to the grandmother's home. Firefighter found one of Dylan's boots in the water, in the stream close to his grandmother's home. So they found one of the boots in here, and then the other boot was found further down the brook at the mouth of the Salmon River. They found another one right here. So logic dictates that the body would have, well, he would have floated down here. That's the end of this one. Then, 4 days later, town of Truro says the search for a missing three-year-old boy has ended. According to a news release, search commanders from Colchester Ground Search and Rescue, as well as investigators from the Truro Police Service, met with the family of Dylan Eller on Tuesday. The family was given an overview of the search effort over the past 6 days. 6-day search effort, commendable. Has been determined that the search area on land and in the water that has been so visible since Dylan went missing has been exhausted. They've looked everywhere. The release said he went missing early Wednesday afternoon. Yes. So again, the boot search turned into a recovery operation over the weekend. Crews combed through a riverbed, helicopters flew overhead, and police canvassed the area again. Like they looked everywhere. Hundreds of fire departments, first responders, and community members have posted photos on social media of pairs of boots in support of the family and those involved in the search. Oh, that's heartwarming, I guess. Truro Police Chief Dave McNeil told CBC News on Tuesday there is no reason for police to suspect foul play at this time. Right, like, where would the person go? Like, they would be dragging him underwater and then they would swim. No. So, yeah. Like, he drowned, I guess. Police keep investigation open as it is standard procedure for a missing person case to remain open until a person is found. So they haven't found him yet. Third report, June, a month later, June 18th. Parents of missing Truro boy now offering 10,000 reward to anyone who returns their son safe. They may think it's a kidnapping. Like, I understand their sentiment where how could he have gone missing? Her grandmother was probably turned for a little bit. No screams, no anything, no body. He just doesn't vanish like that. Like, you find that. Canines are good. They always find it if the body's there. Well, no, but they usually find it if the body's there. And it's been two months now. Parents of missing True boy are offering $10,000 reward. Read that already. Yeah, they have found no trace of him since the boots. They focus all their time on the water. They should have focused on both ways, said Jason Eller, Dylan's father. The boots don't make sense. They couldn't find them through the day, but they could find them in the nighttime. It just seems like someone might have thrown them in. Wow. Like, what else do you say to that? Might have thrown them in? Like, I'm not trying to say it was anything either. This is just like, it fits in. It's not in the settings, but I've seen a lot of cases where socks and boots are found, and it doesn't make sense. I don't understand, but it's part of the related characteristics of the missing cases. They're desperate for answers, says the mother. I understand. It's awful. You don't have closure. Jesus. There's a lot going on, and there's nothing going on. It's a complete nightmare. It's excruciating. Yeah. The offer has an expiry date of July 15th, so it's past now. It expired because we want immediate results. We don't want somebody to have the opportunity to take their time. We want a sense of urgency with the reward. Commendable. And yeah, man, just wanted to bring this up with the case. So the other things I noticed were rural setting. Now Truro's pretty rural. It's pretty rural. So Truro is a pretty rural setting. Usually no witnesses, significant cover and difficult terrain. True. If something is fast, they can easily. Where's Queen Street? There, they can make it to grass. Dogs, bloodhound, canine. Afternoon disappearance. Yes, missing is found in area previously searched. If they find him, I assume they will find him somewhere they've searched before, sadly. Sometimes up to dozens of times by train search and rescue. Now, the one thing that I was expecting, and I checked their weather results, and it was actually 55 degrees when this happened. Oh, blazing hot. I don't know why he was outside in the yard, but anyway, usually there's storms that happen right after. It doesn't matter what time of the year, thunderstorms, rainstorms, snowstorms, dust storms, storms happen right after the person disappears. There wasn't any in this case, though it was particularly hot, 55. They had an average of 44. Ugh. Anyway, I basically just wanted to include this because it's part of my country. I live in Canada, and Nova Scotia had it hard, and I found this really, really, it hit me, and I wanted to talk about it. Thank you for listening, and wait for a new one.